And we're good, yay. Things are, in fact, singing. The Twitch is twitching. The YouTube, it has been bored. Congratulations. Where are the buttons? There is the button. Let me press that button. That button has now been pressed. Yeah! I am very tired and still a little sick. My phone magic didn't phone magic, but don't worry, it phone magicked in spirit. I don't know why it keeps fucking changing volumes. You were supposed to announce. You were supposed to be magical. Why have you stopped? I did not silence you, notifications. You were supposed to be notifying me. Stop that. Alrighty. Bum, 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 bum. Yay. So yeah, I'm very tired. I just finished dinner, so yay. But I'm very tired. I want to lay down, and oh, lucky me. Oh yeah, just the thing. You know what helps me a lot? When I don't have to think. You know what I never have to think about? Things I did in the past. Do some Master Duel replays. That is very much a lie, because I am always thinking about what I did in the middle of doing it, alright? I am a thinker. Hi, Gold Star! God, it is so bright in my room all of a sudden! It's probably not going to be like this for a while. We're getting a blizzard soon, so... But, it could be worse. Oh, yeah, wait. I forgot the... Boop. There we go. There we go. Now Master Duel is making noises. Duel Live! Always got to start with our Duel Live. Alrighty, let's see what's going on in this Duel Live. We have Ubel. Let's see, what do they got in the extra deck? They got the White Woman Jump Scare. They got the generic links. It does not seem like we were playing a Fiendsmith package. We are playing pure Ubel, essentially. So let's see how this pans out. Or, Ubel, Unchained Ubel, but let's be real. It's 1 degree away from a Fiend slop pile, so I'll just call it Ubel. Alright, we normal Samsara. Samsara gets tributed. Out comes Spirit. Spirits for Nightmare. Have you updated your Predaplant deck? The new Predaplant cards aren't in Master Duel yet. Also, I don't know what version. I saw the, let me, actually, hold on. You probably have already, oh, wait. Boop. That's funny. Where was I? Yeah, hold on. Let me actually send you Gold Star. There's a very extremely high likelihood you have already seen this, but I'll send it anyway. Because, yeah, someone did a combo video with the new cards. And, went over all the fun stuff they can do now. So let me go and, post that for you. As soon as I find it. I will know it the moment I see it. Where is it? Do 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 do. Fucking bam. Oh, this is gonna bother me now. I have to go digging. There it is. Yeah. Found it. Yeah, here you go. There you go. So I will. That is what I. Yeah, it is. It was there. I'm just blind. I'm tired. It's okay, me. It's not your fault. Hi, Rick Andy. Yeah, don't have migraine problems and then get sick because your room is like 20 degrees. It's pretty bad. I'm still sniffly. I'll live. But yeah, I will definitely reference that video in the future when the new Predaplant cards come out in Master Duel. I don't think I'm gonna start building them just yet because they're probably gonna be in the secret pack. Like, they've been really good at adding cards to secret packs when new cards come out. So yeah, I definitely will when that comes out though. Alright, we eat the U-Bell. Well, we bring out the big U-Bell, the 12. That's kind of rare. We have Spirit of U-Bell, which, or not Spirit. Wait, Spirit? Is that what Spirit? No. Phantom of U-Bell. I hate this card. Did I see what they got? Yes, I saw the Ascended Heroes packs. I mentioned I'm a very silent observer of things, but yes, I did notice. Phantom of U-Bell is a pain in the ass. This card is so annoying because its effect can change the effect of your cards, which doesn't happen too often, but when it does happen, it's a nightmare to deal with. No pun intended. Sharvara brings out the Abominable Chamber of the Unchained. We add Sharvara back to hand. We take these two. I forget, did they have the news lady in there? No, we're just going into Rage already. And then we're ending. We're ending right there. Okay. So we're going to Into the Void, which gets Ash Blossomed, but that's better than the other options. Our opponent is going to Into the Void again. Our user still has max. We're going to Into the Void a third time. Jesus Christ. Okay, that explains a lot. They're on Sky Striker. So we're going to pop the chain. We're going to pop the trap. Because something got destroyed, the Unchained monster can banish itself to revive some stuff. So we're adding Samsara Lotus back to hand, and we're using Yama to put Rage back on the board. We're now going to Heavy Storm to get rid of the Nightmare Pain, which is ideal. We're going to Raigeki to wipe the board here. And then Normal Summon Chandra. Okay, Normal Summon Genroku, but close enough. Punch. Tribute. There's Chandra. Punch. There's Pydra. Banana. Die. Bam. And then we Synchro. Dude, I swear, Tenpai players have, like, the most unnecessarily godlike hand of all time at all times. I don't understand it. When I played this deck, dude, I bricked like a motherfucker for no reason when the cards were at the maximum amount. But, bro, every replay I see and every time I go against someone using fucking Tenpai, they always have, like, the hands crafted by God. Like, I don't understand it. Yeah, and then one more synchro, and then your opponent just dies. Like they want, like I don't get it. Poor player A had no chance. Paid 90. Let's see. One left. God, I haven't even done my dailies. See, like, I'm probably not even going to do them today. I'm literally going to probably, like, do stream and then go to sleep. Speaking of, let's go over some replays. We have, what is that? Five. I can count. I know math. We have 5 replays. Which is really funny because, no joke, for the longest time I was always talking about, like, hey, Konami, when are you going to add more replay slots? And then they finally add more replay slots, and And then when they do, I never do one where I have, like, the maximum amount of replay slots. Hi, Army! Oh, and of course, as usual, while I'm doing these, if any viewers have any fun replays that they would like to share, that is always an option. First things first, once again, somehow, someway, my duels with stun end up being extremely interesting. This went on for 15 turns. I don't even like stun, but somehow the duels I have against stun are really interesting. An egg replay, oh lord. Alright, my opponent goes first. They activate Rahu. They send away Phyruxal and Fuelos in order to make Arthalion. Bam. They bounce back Phyruxal. Phyruxal will, of course, set a trap. Yeah, I like the song. Bum 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 bum. Okay. You know, I don't like Final Fantasy VIII all that much, but man, I love its music. So I'll score it. Short looks like a skit. She acted so real. Yeah, I always take the pose with it. Every time I'm like, nah, that can't be real. I just assume it's not. I want to believe in humanity. Alright, so yeah, our opponent has both of the fusions on board, and I think they had not Flame, the other one. Horn. Yeah, they have Horn. So they can bounce back an attack position monster. What do I have in hand? I have Torrent, I have Commandant, which is useless because I already have Necro Valley. I have Pachycephalo, and I have Time-Tearing Morganite. I think what I'm going to do here... What would I do here? I think I would probably just hit the evenly matched and hope for the best. That's exactly what I did. Good job, past me. Only for a little bit, though, because I still lost. We're going to Necro Valley, which is going to impact a lot of what they can do. And then, using the Morganite, we get to normal summon twice, so let's do that. Now, this is a bit unfortunate, which, first things first, I don't know why he hit that one. How the barrier statues work is you can't special summon monsters of any of the attributes except the one that they are. But Gualamel is a water, so they didn't really need to hit that one. They could have hit Pachycephalo instead, and that would have like went better for them in the long run. They still won, obviously, but I don't know. This is kind of weird. Alright, we draw twice thanks to Time-Tearing Morganite. We activate Pot of Desires. We manage 10. We get Ash, though. What did I lose for that? I lost a Solemn, a Mirror, Moon Mirror Shield, Feather Duster, fucking Inspector Border, a Solemn, Teak Boo, fucking Aura, another Mirror, and my Succumbing Song Morganite. Got the ID if I want to watch eggs. You know what? What if I do want to watch eggs? You know, have you ever considered eggs are a valuable part of breakfast? I like eggs. Eggs are delicious. I prefer my eggs either scrambled or fried. How about y'all? How do y'all like your eggs? We're gonna Solemn the muscle twink there. We don't want him. Now, unfortunately, they get rid of Pachycephalo because, of course, they do. So now I'm in a bit of a jam. Fried. Yeah, fried. Like I said, I like scrambled and fried, though. It depends what mood I'm in. Alright, we get Clockwork Knight out of that. We get Drolled, but that's fine. We'll live. God, I love this song, too. I have not played Mario and Luigi in a while. That'd be a fun game to play on the channel. Punch him. Bam. We did it. So the good news is, Necro Valley is extremely strong against Draco Tail. Them not being able to return any of their guys back to their deck cuts their grind game substantially. You know, it's kind of funny. I kind of wish, like, Pure Gravekeeper was, like, a better deck. That's all I feel. Yeah, like, I think Gravekeeper control, honestly, is, like, kind of interesting because of how useful the graveyard is to a lot of Yu-Gi-Oh! Decks. I just kind of wish it was better. Just a little bit. It's, like, too slow. And it's not impactful enough to warrant being that slow. I told it I will. How am I doing? My head is exploding. I am sick, but I did finish dinner, so I'll live. Should finish building it. I do have Necker Valley. The deck is kind of... Yeah, it is cheap. That's honestly a good point. It is pretty cheap. There's worse decks to be playing. Alright. They're going to Rahu. Out comes Arthalion. They use one monster from hand, so they get to bounce one thing back. Now they're going to Urgula to destroy a spell trap, and because monsters were sent to the grave, they get to Gualumel. We're going to bounce back Arthalion, and hopefully I don't explode. But I have bad news. Yeah, Necro Valley is still on board at the time, so Gualumel couldn't actually return. But unfortunately, now that Necro Valley is gone, they get to do what they need to do in order to live. Out goes Phimena. Lucius and Urgula merge together. Out comes Arthalion once more. He's back! We set Rahu. And then we punch me. Ow! I have a very low amount of life points. We have Mirror Force and Macrocosmos. Macro, once again, pretty damn useful against Draco Tail. Now, they did special summon, so we're going to go into Typhon using Commandant, because there's not much else we can do. We're just going to punch him. We're going to activate Macrocosmos. They're going to activate Ash Blossom and Joyous Spring. I don't know why. In case you don't know, the reason that you can do this is because Macrocosmos can special summon a Helios, the Primordial Sun, a monster that no one ever uses because it is a garbage-ass... It's a terrible monster. Helios, the Primordial Sun, is garbage. No one ever uses this. So never Ash Blossom Macrocosmos. Just save it. Maybe they run Helios, you don't know. Even if they did run Helios, they would have to banish practically their entire deck for it to actually be dangerous. Helios is bad. Hold on. Bah, 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 bah. Boop, 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 boop. Helios, the Primordial Sun, is a light level 4 monster with question mark attack and question mark defense. This card's attack and defense become the number of banished monsters times 1,000. Oh, no, I'm sorry. I misspoke. That's 100. Because 1,000 would make it good, because that would make it like Grand Maju, and Grand Maju is actually a good monster that gets stronger. Except for two things. Grand Maju gets stronger for every single banished card, not just monsters. And Grand Maju gets, what is it, 800 attack per banished card? Also, yeah, Helios has monsters that are, like, supposed to be upgrades that special summon it from Grave. A monster whose whole shtick revolves around things getting banished. It makes no sense. The normal one's bad, too, because you only get 100 per monster. If you were only allowed to open one set, what would it be? Oh, that's a good question. I would have to think about it. It would have to be like a particularly because I want a particular artwork. I think I would probably... God, which one would it be? Whichever one has the Rainbow Regidrago V-Stars. It would have to be those, probably. Because I would have one of those. Normal Helios would. Would I? I mean, I am a proud solar fucker, but I don't think I would do Helios. I don't know, like, when Soul from Smite is, like, the shining standard of I would fuck that sun lady, I don't think Helios is cutting it. Go strategy for Predator Plants decks, I see that video. Okay, good. So yeah, whenever the new cards come out, I will definitely remember that video. Her head is the sun. Imagine the warmest kiss. Yeah, you're gonna be melting like that dude in RoboCop after he crashed into the fucking acid. I'm good. Like I said, Soul from Smite? Absolutely. Zero hesitation. Please sit on my face. But I'm not feeling Helios. You can tell I'm tired because I'm saying absolutely unhinged shit that I would normally be a bit more mindful of. Oh no, the battle phase! I'm going to die! No! Silver Tempest has that alt art Lugia. I'm not the biggest fan of Lugia. I think Lugia is neat, but like, I just have a general dislike for Gen 2. Like, something has to be really, 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 really good about Gen 2 for me to like it, and there's not a lot I like about Gen 2. I like a lot of the music. I like some Pokemon like Tyranitar, Heracross, Caesar, Sneasel, because by extension we got Weavile from it, Gligar, because by extension we got Gliscor from it, things like that. Zapdos is cool. But yeah, Zapdos is Gen 1. I really like Galarian Zapdos. I like the Galarian legendary birds. I think they're all really neat. I kind of like them more than the originals, to be quite honest. God, I hate spirit monsters. Why do they have to go back to the hand? It has the Rainbow Regidrago. Yeah, alright, Silver Tempest it is. Because, yeah, I'm not sure, I don't think I would pull from anything else. I think that I would just want that one, you know? Yeah, Amano Awato. It's useful on occasion, but unfortunately, it being a spirit was my downfall. I love that he got me with the exact 100 too. That's always fun. Will you buy Leaf Green on Switch? I don't have a Switch! Never had a Switch 1, never had a Switch 2, could have said it. I could have, but like, I was more concerned with trying to like eke out damage to establish advantage. But yeah, setting it in defense probably would have made me live just a little bit longer. Alrighty, let's check out these eggs. That is 521 387 909. Oh, Lord. Well, now I need to see. Oh, Lord. Alrighty, what do we open? We have Monster Egg, Reptia Egg, some Forbidden Droplets, of course, and Quaking Mirror Force. As always, obligatory thank you, JX Chip, for allowing people to use your music. Cool channel. If you guess the hidden theme, you're edible. Let's see if we can get to it. Going up against Arcana. With one monster in the extra deck. We're playing some old school ass Arcana. Kind of. That guy's new. We're gonna droplet the droplet. Thwap. We're gonna select heads. Gonna exchange. We get the Hierophant. That's the Empress. Now we're gonna scramble some eggs. Haha! He did not explode because he cannot be destroyed by battle. As you see, these eggs are incredibly resilient. They're also really round. That bothers me. I don't like how round those eggs are. Ew. You have Unexpected Die, but we don't have enough anything to really do with it yet. Because, you know, we control a monster. We flip heads. And we're going to exchange all those guys out to bring out the man, the myth, the legend, Chaos. And now we're just going to Quaking. Get face downed. We're going to add... I always forget that one. The Fool. Yeah, I'm familiar with that one because, like, you know, it was useful because he's one of the cards that can't be destroyed by battle, which is very useful in the early days. And then this one. What the fuck is this one? Chariot? That's one Cursed Ash Chariot. Man, speaking of Pokemon TCG, dude, I really wish Pokemon TCG would, like, have replays, because, like, I was... How do I send you replays? You just have your player ID listed, and then I can just click your player ID, and I can see whatever replays you have saved. But I already have you on here, so you don't need to do that. There's the Emperor. I'm sorry, does Arcana Force not have anything that just, like, pops cards? Okay, there they go. I was about to say, like, that was taking a while. Do, 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 do. They have Fiend. Okay. Alright. There's Gorgon Egg. There's Monster Egg. We're going to take these threes. We're going into a link. We have Lizardos. We're going to shrink them. We're going to punch them. That's the first time I've ever seen anyone use Lizardos' effect to actually hurt something. Down goes Mirror Force. Tails. Alright, we're going to exchange. There goes the Moon. Out comes the Fool again. And we have, I think that one's Reversal of Fate. Yeah, don't ask me how the fuck I remembered that. I don't know why I remembered that, but I remembered that. Hold on. Anyway, actually no, hold on. Give me a quick moment. Hold on. Alrighty, anyway. Now I'm back. Boop. Alright, back to this excellent duel. We're gonna hit the Raigeki. Bonk. Alrighty, we get heads. We summon... That's the Magician, right? Yeah. Each time a spell card is activated, this card's attack becomes double its original attack when that card resolves until the end of that turn. Well, thankfully, they don't have any spells, although they have a lot more. I see the Yujo Friendship. I'm hoping for the Unity to just pop up eventually. There's Sonic Chick. Oh, of course, we need a bird to lay the eggs. There's Judgment of the Pharaoh. Heads. Punch 'em. Mirror Force. Rodent nut. That's not an egg! That's a nut! That's a plant egg! It's not the same thing! Yujo Friendship. And there's Appaloosa, back from the ban list. With a 1-for-1 Sonic chick to get some nuts back. Stop exaggerating. No! There's Dark Ruler. But they ain't got nothing. How many cards do they have left? 13. Jesus Christ. Well, we have Repta Egg. Yep. Nutso November. What the eggs and extra deck cards mean. Oh yeah, I didn't even bother looking at the extra deck, because I usually don't. Let's see. I see some things I've never seen. What the fuck is this thing? Double Bite Dragon. I've never seen this thing before in my life. Its attack even with combined link ratings of the monsters used for its link summon times 300. Unaffected by monster effects, except link monsters cannot be destroyed by battle except by link monster. That's a random ass fucking card. I should play it in I should play this in Code Talker in like Math Mech and stuff and just like see what happens. Could you imagine I take the Arrival and then I like mix him with like the Link 5 or the Link 6 fucking Firewall Dragon. I just get this doofus. I should do that. Puncher. Bam. My nuts! Power of the Guardians. Oh, Lord. Okay, listen. Every time I see this card, it is used for nothing but evil. This is a card for supervillains. If an attack is declared involving the equipped monster, place a spell counter on this card. The equipped monster gains 500 attack and defense for each spell counter on this card. If the equipped monster would be destroyed by battle or card effect, you can remove one spell counter from your field instead. Yeah, there's ways to infinite loop this to have the monster basically be completely invincible. That's OP? No, because it's also extremely gimmicky and finicky. It's hard to do, but like, okay, Yu-Gi-Oh! Is kind of funny because Yu-Gi-Oh! Is a card game that has infinite loops, but they're not good. When in like any other card game, an infinite loop would usually be grounds for banning something. That doesn't really happen in Yu-Gi-Oh! The main reason that doesn't happen, and that's not a problem in Yu-Gi-Oh! Is because consistency is like the #1 important thing about your deck in Yu-Gi-Oh! So it doesn't really matter how theoretically strong a potential strategy is, if it can be like hampered very easily by very common threats. Isn't that in any TCG? No, actually, there's been a lot of infinite loops that are like had to get stuff banned. Or even, like, close to infinite loops. Like, yeah, infinite loops are... In other card games that usually have a resource system, the loop usually revolves around getting as much of that resource as possible to just do whatever the fuck you want. But in Yu-Gi-Oh!, usually it involves, like, being able to constantly summon monsters. What's the brain is braining? What's the archetype? I see it in my... his name is Telephon, but I'm forgetting the rest of the archetype. Morphtronic. Morphtronic Telephon is a monster that can infinitely summon itself from the graveyard, basically. By reviving a copy of itself from the grave, and then you use the infinite bodies generated by, like, reviving itself, or another copy of itself over and over and over again to do whatever you want, basically. Which sounds overpowered. It's not. There's a transcode in the extra. The only thing you can bring back is IP. Now, if Allied Code was out by then. Nah, you just gotta believe in the power of the eggs. Prime might roar. Alright, power of the guardian. Our egg is strong. It's really weird hearing the song here when I usually have it muted. Because I'm usually playing others' music. Goodbye! Out comes Chaos Ruler, again. Out comes Dark Ruler. Out comes Reversal of Fate. There's no music on the YouTube channel. Oh, wait, look at that. Matter of fact, there is in fact not. Hold on. That is... It's doing it again. I hate when this happens. Hold on. Yeah, hold on. I need to close that. I need to open this. There we go. Yeah, my problem. I didn't even fucking realize, which is weird, because, like, I could... Like, I mentioned the music the whole time. The music is not musicking. So now I need to double look here. Okay, so let me... Here's what we're going to do. We're going to go... Do-do-do, do-do-do, do-do-do-do-do. Bam. No, okay, so in that case, here's what we'll do. We'll just go... Boop, 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 boop. That's the second time that's happened in a while. That's such a weird thing to have happen. But yeah, that usually happens because OBS decides to have a stroke. Yeah, the boop boops aren't booping! OBS decides to have a stroke and to just forget to... like, properly link things together that should be linked already. So, give me a quick moment. Do, 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 do. Matter of fact, hold on. Yeah, because we can see it right there. So we know, obviously, Music Bee is there. I was on the long screen. The OBS crashed for the first time. Yeah. Let's see. Where is Music Bee? Yeah, hold on. I have an idea. We're going to do that. And then as we do that, we're going to bring it back. And now it's back. And there we go. And then we put that here. And then we press that. And now it's definitely running, so we can definitely hear it. Or at least I can, so I know it's definitely an active source right now. No joke, like, literally every time this happens, I just need to, like, reset OBS to make sure it's working just fine. But obviously, I don't want to do that in the middle of a stream. Yeah, no, it's being silly. You're being silly, OBS. Stop it. I don't know why it's doing that either. Ugh. Alrighty, fine. The music has to hide for today. I will, like, no joke, literally, I'm gonna reset OBS and it's gonna be working just fine as if nothing was wrong. I can already feel it. Oh well. In the meantime, because, you know. There we go. Do 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 do. Bump 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 bump. Yeah. Yay, 492. You see, I believe. I said 3 months. I still believe in the power of 3 months, alright? I am a believer. You know what? Hold on. Matter of fact. Yeah, no, it is. It is actually just literally having a heart attack. Okay, so in the meantime. Yeah, okay. So there's all the sound. It's very quiet right now. We're going to bump that up really quick. Yeah, so like no joke. Basically, what I do when I like record specific things, I have a plugin that specifically records audio from specific things because it makes it easier to manage individually. And sometimes OBS just decides to have a brain fart and forget that. So, you know, that's fun. But, you know, I at least don't want to leave y'all in silence. I could also probably, like, bring up Music B again, but, like, do I want to, like, I would have to adjust a couple of things right now. You know what, fuck it, we're just gonna do that. Yeah, so, since I know this is definitely working, here we'll do, we're gonna shrink that. There we go. And we'll go back here, and it's obviously, like, being picked up, because it's being picked up by the window capture. Yeah. Yeah, good enough. It's probably quieter than it usually is, but we'll live. It will work for the time being. I should probably just leave that there, just in case. Matter of fact, hold on, let me... Do you recommend a good capture card to record gameplay? Assuming you're playing on console, yeah. As for which ones are good, I would have no idea. Elgato is the first thing that comes to mind, but I don't know how much of that is from, like, their actual effectiveness or just, like, legacy. And yeah, as far as, like, Switch recording, yeah, I'm pretty sure you would, like, play it docked and just use an Elgato, is my best guess, I think. I'm not sure. Hold on, matter of fact, here we go. We will do that, and I will put that there. Bow, bow. Bow, bow. Okay. Anyway, back to this excellent exposition. Tour of Doom. I always forget that card exists. There goes the moon! Oh, he gave you the moon! What a nice guy. We have Ryu Ran. We're gonna flip. Heads. You're... Okay, well, we can't summon. Damn. Have I figured out the secret theme of the deck yet? I see a bunch of eggs, but I'm not getting anything outside of the eggs. Heads. Oh no, our eggs. It's okay. Power of the Guardian exists. Alright, we gotta give the Emperor. What comes out of the eggs? Well, there's a lot of things that come out of the eggs. There's Sinister Serpent. Like, let's see. What we've had eggs and things that come out of eggs. Well, we have birds. That makes sense. Appaloosa is not a bird, nor is a bear a bird. Both people and bears don't come out of eggs. Rodents don't come out of eggs. Although they might come out of that egg. Who knows what comes out of that egg? You had Unity. Nut for November. It's a bit of a stretch is all I'm saying. Transcode talker. Oh, they're trans eggs. It's that kind of egg. They're Pride Month eggs. I should have known better. I'm losing rainbow points for that. How dare I? Scramble egg. Trans Awareness Week in November. Yeah. See, that was too much of a stretch for me. I'm too tired to be thinking that far, that smartly. But that's pretty good. Bing. That this person is having a lot of problems defeating these eggs. Bing. Storming Mirror Force. That one's my favorite. What the coin flips for? The opponent is playing a deck known as Arcana Force. They are a deck that entirely revolves around coin flips. So almost all of their cards have heads or tails effects that rely on coin flips in order to do stuff. Now granted, this person is playing an older-ish version that doesn't use a lot of the newer support that can make this deck essentially FTK. So yeah, all the coin flips are for the various Arcana cards that they have. Bonk. Yeah. And then good old Ryu Ran closes it out. Yay. Want to see mine? Yeah, hold on. Also layer, let me do that so it'll be easier to hop back in the army once again. Boop. Boop. That was the FTK. Doesn't the FTK build play more than just like the one of the guy, or is he really just playing the one? That's weird. You ain't got no replays for Candy. You gotta save them when you duel. Or make them public. You might have saved them, but they might not be public. If they're not public, I can't see them. He had 2 Chaos Rulers. Okay. Like, hold on, really quick. Like, if you go on over to your replay section, you'll see if they're, like, public or not. Yeah, must have deleted them or they're not public. It's okay. Time for some Mikanko things. I saved these mostly because they're really interesting, roundabouts for Mikanko that I just kind of learned as I'm, like, playing through, and I'm like, hey, wait, I can do stuff this way. I really like Mikanko. I'm glad I made this deck. How do I make it public? Whenever you save a replay, it'll ask you whether you want it to be public or private. And if it's one that's already in your collection, you can just click it, and there should be a setting somewhere that just says you want this to be public or private. Alrighty, so, important. I play Retaliating Sea in my Mikanko deck. Now, this might seem weird, because The new Makanko mainline combo involves sending monsters to the graveyard, which doesn't happen when Retaliating Sea is on the board because things will get banished instead. How do we work around that? Well, we'll work around it like this. So if you don't know what Retaliating Sea does, I should probably explain that. Retaliating Sea makes it so that if your opponent uses a spell card that can special summon a monster, you can activate Retaliating Sea, and then as long as Retaliating Sea is on the board, everything will get banished instead of getting sent to grave. And that is tricky. Oh yeah, also you can add Max C with it if you're playing Max C. So, they decided to not play out their turn because, of course they wouldn't. Their stuff would get banished and they wouldn't be able to return it. Makes sense? So, I'm going to use Preparation of Rites for some hand trap bait, making sure they don't have Ash or anything like that. They do not, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to send back Fulos. We're going to normal summon Hare. We're going to use the Arbalest in my hand. We're going to target Hare in order to get Mayo. We're going to activate it in order to bring out Sanaki, and then using Sanaki is how we'll do that instead of sending out for the Fire Dance. Now, another way I could do this, if I recall correctly, the game will still let me actually activate Noble Twins, even though stuff will get banished. So just keep that in mind if you're trying to set a card. I always forget that sometimes, not gonna lie, because sometimes the game will let you send something even though it'll go to the grave when it says so, and then other times it won't. It depends on how it's worded. So yeah, and by doing that, we can OTK this way, even though we didn't actually have to send any of our pieces to the grave. Bonk. You know, I kind of like Pokemon Mystery Dungeon Gates to Infinity. I think the story is alright, and I really love the music, as you might imagine, with how much is popped up on stream. But oh my god, dude, the text in that game moves too fucking slowly. Characters be yapping! Depends on if it's cost or effect. Yeah, exactly. Also, hi, Rado. I think you're a first-time chatter, I'm pretty sure. Up next. I don't remember what this person was using. Indeed I am. Yay! See, my head's not exploding that much. I can at least remember names. Including the ones I haven't seen. Alright, up next. I've got some roaches, I've got a rock, I've got preparation, I've got noble twins, I've got our best. This is honestly pretty nice. We're gonna max C. And it goes through. Alrighty. They add Dead End Prison into Fiendsmith. There's Lurie. They had another Lurie in hand. Bye, Lurie. I like Lurie. He's very goober shaped. There's Requiem. Now I have 2 rocks. There's Lacrima. And rock. Okay. Bam. So what do they do here? They bring out a dusted gold, and then they eat my token with Santa Claus. What meanies? They're still letting me draw like crazy. Not gonna lie. I'm always interested when I run into people who are as unafraid of Max C as I am. Also, that is kind of neat. Playing a Fiend package and an extension for the evil heroes, for them to do stuff better. That makes sense. Hey, I needed that stuff! Put it back! But yeah, I guess they figured, you know, the rock is already rocked. What do they have to fear? Fair enough. I have a lot of cards, though. Made in public. Alrighty, we'll check it out. Ooh, yay. Bow, 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 bow. Alright, I have a lot of cards in hand. That's a unique combo. That's definitely a way of putting it. Good old Super Poly. I was talking about this before. There's a all for just a Bestial. Yeah, pretty much. Like, was it really worth it? No. There's a lot you can do with the Makanko extra deck. Obviously, you want multiple copies of the Uzuhime, but like everything else is really optional. I like Super Poly stuff. Because I really like Super Poly, and I already have 3 copies of it. So use what you got. But there's other things you can do. And then we're gonna Super Poly again! Double Poly. Bow, 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 bow. We'll send away Sanaki. We'll set Mayo, because we already have Fire Dance in hand. We're gonna prep just in case. There goes Otohime. There's Huli. Bow, 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 bow. We're gonna normal Huli. We're gonna equip her with the Mayo. We somehow didn't get Spirit Walk out of that, so let's grab it now. We're gonna Fire Dance. Out comes Sanaki. We're gonna actually put something on their board for shits and giggles. I do not have to do that, but I kind of wanted to. Out comes Hare. We'll bounce back to Fire Dance. Bam. We somehow didn't get Double-Edged Sword out of all of that, but we have it now. But they wouldn't let me hit them. They waited until the last part before I hit them. What meanies. Alright, before we get to the rest of these, let's check out where I can't use these. Do 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 do. There we go. Boop. Yeah, see, there you go. That's how you do it. Alrighty, any of these in particular? Jesus Christ, 17 turns. What the fuck was? I kind of want to watch this one. Yeah, I think I'm gonna executive decision. I think I want to watch this one. Alrighty, you're going first. We have Regeki, Droplet, Double Dispelling, and Drowning Mirror Force. I always forget which one that one does. That is a shuffle back into the deck. Alrighty. Alright, we're going to use one of our Dispellins to get out Hugin, because that makes sense. We're going to grab our Fountain. There's our Fountain. We're going to activate our Golden Droplet. They draw 1, banish 4. Let's see what they got rid of. Oh boy! Oh god! Oh no! Oh no! Oh god! It's a mirror match! Oh god! No wonder this is so long! Oh boy! Alright, we're gonna Flashing Fire to bring out our own Hugin. We're gonna pitch away Teekboo. We're gonna Flashing Fire the Hugin. Boss, you just killed a child. Amazing. But no, they're gonna Destruction. They're gonna try to Destruction, but you have Dispelling. And they have Freezing Curse. Holy Jesus. This is like watching 2 wizards fight each other from like half a mile away. Card Destruction. Oh god, they're a super villain. Battle phase gets skipped. Not like anyone here could do anything with it. We have Spell Absorption. Alright, out comes Freezing Curse. We're gonna target the Hugin. We're gonna absorb. We're gonna place one face down. We have Flashing Fire. We're gonna Duster for one. We're gonna get rid of... Not evenly matched. Gozen match. Again, wouldn't have really done anything in this matchup. We have Threatening Roar. Oh lord, there's gonna be a lot of like fucking draw, standby, or draw, pass, draw, pass. Swords of Revealing Light is very funny. Runic Slumber. The worst part is, like, because you have less cards than him, because he's playing Runic Stun, like, depending on how this goes, this might not pan out too well. Let me double check there. Okay. We're gonna Spell Absorb. We got some banishes. We're gonna hit the tip. Alright, we hit another banish. We got rid of the Freezing Curses, but also they're playing fucking Lure. Gee. Alrighty, there's a bunch of face downs. Alright, first things first, we're gonna banish your entire hand and replace it. What was that? Trickstar Reincarnation, of course it was. Alrighty, they're going to try and get rid of Hugin now. We're gonna banish more, we're gonna banish more. Yeah, unfortunately, when it comes to a Runic mirror match, it's basically whoever has the bigger deck size wins. I really don't think there's much you could have done here, friend. There goes Hugin. Yep. Such is the true pain of a mirror match. Good lord. That was really good. Oh boy. I don't even know how to pronounce that person's name. Bambutjorn. Sure, good enough. Anyway. This was Mikanko against Yummy. You know what's funny? I kind of want to play Yummy and I kind of don't. Also, Jesus Christ, I just noticed the amount of fucking views there. Had to find it. That was intriguing. Like, that's like a perfect example of like mirror matches being an absolute like torture sometimes. Some decks can deal with the mirror matches better than others, and Runic is not one of those. Alright, I'm going second, but thankfully the cards in my hand are actually okay for going second. Not the best, because I still don't have a Mikanko, but I'll live. They're going to Piri Ray. We're going to activate Maxx C immediately. It gets ashed, which is very sad. Poor Maxx C. There's the cup. Alright, there's Snatchy. Why is he sweating so much? They got the Mignon. Here comes Yummy. There's the Marshmallow. I think that one's my favorite. I think the Marshmallow is my favorite because it has the funniest face. We're going to Rock. Although if they have Link Spider, they're probably going to be fine. Yeah, they should be running Link Spider, realistically. Bring him back! Out comes the Lollipose. Bring back the cups. And he's got a surprise. Are you switching between our duels? Yeah, usually whenever people like have replays they want to show, I will watch them. I didn't plan on streaming for too long today because extremely tired and head exploding and sick, but you know, I'll live. I've done it before, I'll do it again. You think I'm scared of a sniffle? Nah, wait, hold on. I think my favorite thing about Cookie Way. Once again, the faces are really funny. I like this one the most because he's sad his friend is getting abducted. Look at him. Help him. This one doing the cat stretch is also very funny. What is the point of the Yummy deck? So, Yummy revolves around low-level monsters in order to build up and synchro summon and establish a layered end board. So they use various spells, traps, mostly spells, like their field spell especially, and use their various monsters in order to do what's called quick synchro, which is when you synchro summon on your opponent's turn in order to do various interruptions by utilizing low-level synchro monsters and low-level link monsters. And it is a very effective, very efficient deck because all of their cards are essentially one-card combos. Yeah. If you're peeping at Duel, think you'll be down for one of mine. Absolutely! Put your Duel ID in the chat and we'll check it out right after this. So, right now, their end board has a face-down card. They have a level 2 tuner. They have a level 4 tuner. They have another level 2 tuner. They can use Cookie in order to revive the non-tuner guys out of the grave in order to synchro into something on my turn. On top of that, they're able to build Herald of the Arclight. This card is a fucking supervillain. There's a reason it's limited to 1. This card is what we refer to as an Omni-Negate, which means it can negate a spell, trap, or monster effect by tributing itself, thankfully. But also, it's Macrocosmos on legs. Any monster sent, or it's just monsters, but yeah. Monsters sent from hand or main deck to the graveyard get banished instead. So just having this on board is really dangerous against certain decks. A lot of decks. Thankfully, we have Dark Hole, Heavy Storm, and we just opened Noble Twins, so we're gonna flip our dudes first. They're going to bounce the Cookie back in order to bring out the Yummy Snatchy and the Marshmallow. We're going to Heavy Storm to get rid of the field spell and the face down, which was Forbidden Droplet. Good thing we did that. Unfortunately, the Snatchy is going to get a field spell back anyway. Yeah. So the Mignon is back in their hand. And they place that one on the field. So now we're going to use Dark Hole, which forces them to use Herald of the Arclight. But honestly, now that Herald's gone, I can do this. We're going to use Water Arbalesque. We're going to attach it to our own Nibiru so we can send that back. Because I have a sneaking suspicion I might need this rock again. Out comes the Cookies. Sanaki is going to bring out Hare. And of course, Yumusement is now going to proc. And they're going to flip my cards face down. But that's okay, I'm just going to tribute the rock instead! You think a rock, you think some silly Book of Moon is gonna stop me? No! We're out here tributing rocks! Punch him! Alright, the Mignon is back. The Acro-K is going to send some stuff back by returning itself to the deck, thankfully. Honestly, recursiveness is pretty strong with this deck. Snatchy is snatching once more. We're going to hit the Max C now. Let's see how scared they are of the Roach. There goes triple Tactics Talents. They're going to draw 2 using that. They're going to activate Sky Striker, Mobilize, Engage. And grab fucking Widow Anchor. They're gonna thrust now. Oh god, they're thrusting. There's Raigeki. They're gonna go Zamp. And then they're gonna end. Alright, good news. We have Fulos. Bad news. We don't have anything else. So once again, we're going to find out how scared of roaches they really are. Bam. Alright, out comes the Lollipo. We get Retaliating Sea out of that. They're going to bring back Cupsy and Marshmallow. They're going to take the Marshmallow and the Lollipo in order to bring back the Star Ham. They're going to discard a card in order to revive a dude. He's now going to bring out the Mignon because the Mignon gives them a big old attack boost. So now they're going to do some damage. Thankfully, not lethal. They're going to take the Ham and the Cupsy. They're going to go off into a Link 2, into IP. But thankfully, we got Noble Twins out of that. And another Rock. Let's send Huli and Fire Dance. And now I'm going to Fire Dance. They're going to IP. So they're going to IP directly into SP. So naturally, I'm just going to bring out Huli instead. So, because my opponent decided to use IP there, I would have brought out Sanaki, and bringing out Sanaki, I would have gotten out Lily? The water one. Nini. I would have brought out Nini, and then gotten to the combo that way. But they didn't do that. But thankfully, I sent Huli to the grave when I used Noble Twins, just in case, for things like this. So Huli, when she is equipped with an equip card, stops our opponent from targeting Makanko things with anything. They cannot target Makanko cards, which means they cannot use SP Little Knight's effect in order to get rid of Huli or the Fire Dance anymore. Oops. And because we were just equipped with something, we get to equip the Spirit Walk, we get to bonk against Makanko, or not the Makanko, we get to bonk against SP, there we go. Yeah, they're going to try to Widow Anchor, but once again, Widow Anchor needs to target one face-up effect monster on the field. You cannot target Makanko monsters while Huli is equipped with a Makanko card. So now we're basically completely insulated from anything they can do to us. We're basically safe. Yeah, we're just gonna Spirit Walk the Marshmallow because I think it's adorable. This guy is playing Yummy very strangely. I agree. It is an uphill battle. I don't blame him. But with that, we get the win out of it. I think a big problem when it comes to playing Yummy strangely is it is really important to know your deck, and a lot of people don't learn their deck well and kind of panic when things aren't going the way they anticipate, right? It's hard to know what to do when you haven't really established the knowledge of your deck in order to properly know where the floor and the ceiling is and know how to convert your combos when things go poorly. Because I'm pretty sure my opponent would have been able to do something. I'm pretty sure Yummy has various non-targeting ways in order to stop what I was doing. But I think they just panicked. Any of them are fine. You never put in your dual ID. I need your dual ID. Boop. My tune bag. Maybe, we're almost done here. Hello, Daisuke, you're a new person. Hi, new person! Bye, Rare Candy! it popping up. It is not. If you would like to, I stream on Twitch at the same time. You can try putting it in Twitch chat instead of YouTube chat, because YouTube is a bit funky when you put in numbers sometimes. I noticed that. Sometimes it lets... I don't know. I'm not sure why YouTube decides to change it. I think it's if you put it in the brackets. I think if you just put it in as a solid number, then it's fine. What are you looking for next after K9? Yeah, there we go. That's a good question. So I'm actually not that interested in K9, and I wasn't really that interested in Yummy. But I was in Draco Tail. The full art cards are now what I'm like really interested in. I can't wait for those to hit Master Duel. Goldstar was here earlier, and he really likes Predaplant. I think the new Predaplant cards are going to be really cool, so I'm going to be making a Predaplant deck when those come out. Generally speaking, if it involves dragons or synchros, I play it or have played it or want to play it. So yeah, if it's a dragon or a synchro deck, it's that. 2, 4, 3, 5, 3, 7, 5, 3, 2. There you are. Boop. Yeah, Cool Toon. I really want to try out Cool Toon. Yeah, Cool Toon looks awesome. Alrighty, Rado, if you remember any of these, do any of these stand out in particular? I don't mind watching multiple, but I'm just saying, are any of these like more interesting than the others? For whatever reason. Yeah, Cool Toon absolutely seems neat. Oh, the new Radiant Typhoon, the MST archetype also looks really neat. Not gonna lie, now that they're like, they've been easing up on some of the Snake Eye cards, I've kind of been wanting to make TG again. Because I kind of liked TG, but like, I don't... I need to, you know what I need to? I need to finish making White Forest Azamina now that the new cards have come out, because the game is mean to me when those come out and didn't really give me any of them. So yeah, I want to like get used to White Forest Azamina. 6-turn duel and the bottommost one. You got it. Let's start with the bottommost. Alrighty, we have our boys on Resonators. I love me some Resonators. Cool Toon Runic. Yeah, that would be neat. Let's see. Normally, I don't check the extra deck, but I just want to see. Yep, we're on Resonator, alright. I like that we're not playing as many of the interesting one-ofs. Like, we have 2 of the OG. We're not running, like, other funky stuff. We have 2 Dispators. That's kind of interesting, not gonna lie. I've always considered running 2, but have just, like, never gotten around to making it. Only running the Auxia. Auxia is only there for conversion into the other RDA stuff, which checks out. Fair enough. Alrighty, I fucking love... Yeah, I was about to... Yeah, speaking of decks, Centurion is absolutely my favorite archetype. If it plays Centurion, I absolutely... I want to try out, like, as many Centurion brews as possible. I fucking love Centurion. Centurion is absolutely my favorite Yu-Gi-Oh! Archetype ever. Speaking of, my favorite Yu-Gi-Oh! Monster ever is also in this deck. I fucking love Chaos Angel. Yeah, Auxio's back row protection is, like, really handy in, like, a lot of circumstances. But alrighty, we're going first. We have Valor, Soul Resonator, Double Bone Archfiend, and Crossout. So this is a pretty good hand, honestly, because we have Soul Resonator. Are we going to cross out the Ash? We're not going to cross out the Ash. We're going to be fine with that. Wonder why? Because we have Bone Archfiend. That's why. There we go. We'll send away Crimson. That brings out Red Rising. Red Rising number 1. Bringing out Crimson again. Or for the first time, I should say. Out comes Vision. Out comes Synchron. Out comes Scarred. Vision procs adding Gaia. We play Gaia. Out comes Red Zone. Out comes Hot Red Dragon, Archfiend Abyss. I love that name. Our funny little dudes start procking. I love these little fucking things. They're so goofy. I'm a big fan of, like, cute horror shit. So I love all the Resonators. I love them. They're adorable. Out comes Dissipator. Alright, we place our face downs. Up against, good old Tenpai. Sangen summoning right off the bat, but we're just going to stop that right off rip. But they have Gamma in hand. Not gonna lie, I think that's the first time in a long time I've seen Gamma in a fucking Tenpai deck. There goes Abyss. They add Genroku to hand, which of course procs Genroku. They send away Pydra. We can activate Crimson Gaia. Genroku's gonna proc now to start to summon itself. It goes. We're going to Crimson Gaia out for Scarred. They're going to normal Fadra and bring back Pydra. They're going to proc and add Kaiman to hand. We're going to take these two, go into Black Rose Dragon. We're going to burn the board. Except we're not, because we have Soul Resonator. You goofy. So naturally, we're going to Kaiman for Chandra. Chandra is going to swing. Bringing out Pydra. It's okay, Vision. It's not your fault. That's alright. We add another Crimson Gaia. Out comes the Biden Blast. Bam. But, what about no? Yeah, see, this is a perfect example of what I mean by, like, players just kind of playing on autopilot and not really thinking. Now, granted, RDA doesn't really pop up enough for you to be familiar with the fact that they can do that. But it's kind of important that you know they can do that. Up next, we have a duel up against Meteb. Bam. Alrighty, we are on a Earthbound deck. We have the Stone Sweeper, we have the Red Nova, Foolish Burial, Harmonic Synchron Fusion, and Earthbound Fusion. This time I'm not going to look at the extra deck. I am less familiar with these cards than I am the RDA cards. I know this guy because this guy sees play in RDA, but I don't have him because I never got him. And he wasn't really like needed in RDA, so I'm only vaguely familiar with him. We're going to add the Groundskeeper. Groundskeeper is going to get fucking impulsed immediately. That's alright, we have Foolish Burial. We're going to send away Vision. Hi, Crimson Gaia. Look at that. Boop. Add another Red Nova to hand. We're going to use Harmonic Synchro Fusion. Or no, not Harmonic Synchro Fusion. That's Earthbound Fusion. In order to bring out the, what is that? Geokraken. That gets us Prison. Prison. Letting us bring out the Line Walker. See, I told you, I'm only semi-familiar with these guys. I have to reread their names. I don't know them by heart. Bam, bam. There we go. There's a Harmonic Synchro Fusion. Out comes Nova again, and we end with the big butts on board. We special summon the Groundskeeper back, just in case. Well, not just in case, but yeah. Alright, what do we got? Luna Lights! Alrighty, we're gonna immediately bring out a Liger Dancer. It goes Gold Leo, we're gonna Liger Dancer, we're gonna send away the big cat lady. But, yeah. Once again, no destroys today, cat ladies. Not this time, Furry Brigade. Let's see, which of these little lovely thingies is stopping that from happening? There you go, it's the groundskeeper. You see what I did there? I didn't know what these things did, so I read them. Reading is important. You should read. Well, there's a card in the field zone. It doesn't even have to be up. It's face down right now. It's not active. It's just there. Boop. Alright, so now we're going to summon a whole bunch of furries. But what's our end goal? Because truly, if Lunar Light can't punch you, what does it really do? Out comes Perfume Dancer. Collider Chick procking, sending polymerization back to our hand. Black Sheep's procking. We're going to activate the Servant. Goodbye, Perfume Lady. Your perfume sucks. They add Tiger to hand. There goes the Poly. And there goes the perfume. What do you think that perfume smells like? We're gonna do some more burn. Collider Chick doesn't proc because that's how that works, but who cares because we sent something for cost. Because Yu-Gi-Oh! Is fun. We're gonna Banshee? What the fuck are we adding with Banshee? Nemesis Flag. Are we about to fucking bring out fucking, the fucking Protoss? What the fuck? There goes Flag. We are bringing out Protoss! What the fuck? Yeah, that's an interesting plan B. You know, novel idea. I know when you tried to use your big furry cat mommy to blow up the board, it didn't work. Please explain to me. I hate when, dude, no, this like aggravates me. This like actually aggravates me. Because like, I understand that you didn't read the card the first time, which is why you're surprised that nothing got destroyed when you tried to destroy everything, and also when you tried to punch everything. But why would you then use a bunch of resources to try and destroy it again? Like, I'll give them half a credit because at the very minimum, it's like the last sentence of the card instead of the first. But dude, I've had people do this when the first sentence of the card is cannot be destroyed or targeted by card. Like, I don't know why people, yeah. Dude, like, some people, again, it's like you're playing on autopilot and you're not actually thinking. Deck thinning to draw Imperm. Dude, I don't even think they would have thought that. You're giving them too much credit. They legit have several outs. Let's see. Earthbound monsters you control cannot be destroyed by battle or card effects while there's a card in the field zone. So all they would need to do is get rid of the card in the field zone, and then they can actually hit you. That's it. That's all they need to do. And Lunar Light does have a couple of ways of doing that. They can do it. Or just banish, yeah, like, they can do it. They're thinking with monkey brain right now. Or piercing damage, yeah, like, come on. Alrighty, we're gonna send for cost again. Yellow Martin is gonna bounce back to Tiger. We're gonna take these two. What are we gonna do? Okay, SP Lunar Light. Alrighty, we're getting somewhere. No, we're not. Okay, you know, they, again, they get another half point. They were like, okay, well, that's not working. Let's go SP. But you might have wanted to make, like, something else here to at least try to use the first effect. I think not being able to attack directly for the turn is worth stopping this effect to get rid of the field spell. You don't need to target a face-up card with this one. Like, what you do with their second effect, but not with the first effect. Like, I'm trying to think, what could they have summoned? Because they definitely have they definitely had enough stuff in hand to be able to like, what? Make another, like... Would they have had another Xyz? That's a good question. They had Polymerization in hand. They had Tiger in hand. They had Yellow Martin. They would have been able to fuse something that then link away for SP. Like, come on. Alright, there goes Tiger. Out comes Emerald. We're gonna Poly. Okay. Oh, what? Guardian Chimera? Guardian Chimera? Okay, so we're gonna blow up the field spell. We're gonna do some burn. Goodbye, Chimera. Okay, there. He finally blew up the field spell. But also it's not gonna matter. A little too late on the uptake there. And you know what? At least they learned it eventually. They got there. It took them a while, but they got there. I will at least give them that much credit. Absolutely the worst way. They lost for it, but you know what? They at least got there at the end. Good lord. Alrighty. My last replay for today, this was in Dice Rally. I love Dice Rally. And dude, Dice Rally is always great when it pops up. Alrighty, so, I think I'm using Code Talker right now. Yeah, I'm using Code Talker. I like, Link Slop. I like Cyber's Piles. I don't know, they're really fun. I opened with Dark Red Enchanter, who, when a spell is activated, can, get a spell counter, gains attack for spell counters, and then can remove 2 spell counters to discard a card from my opponent's hand. Listen, this is no joke, like, for all the times that the game gave me cards, the only time where it gave me, like, a good card was really funny, because it gave me remove brainwashing when someone tried to take one of my monsters with triple tactics talents. That's the only time. All these other guys that they keep giving me have not really been all that useful for me personally. This kind of sucks. I've been using all kinds of decks during this event. That's what I open with. I have Code Generator, Signet Miting, Double Small World, and Signet Kodak. Could be worse, honestly. What are we going up against? Crimson, Firewing, Pegasus, and 3 face downs. Oh god, I'm fighting Burn. Alright, well, we have Perulia. We're gonna start with Small World. And there goes Soul Levy. This is now, like, the 3rd time I've seen this card, and I still think it's, like, ridiculous every time someone tries to use it against me. Because it hasn't worked. Every time your opponent special summons, the top 3 cards of their deck goes to the graveyard. Yeah, so this is like a weird Burn Mill hybrid that, it's mostly a Burn deck. So here's what I'm going to do. We're going to banish that, because I want Dotscaper, because Dotscaper is friend-shaped. We're now going to Signet Miting in order to send Dotscaper so that I can grab Circular, and because I just sent Dotscaper to the grave, put this guy in front of a tier player. Dotscaper gets to come back. We're going to mill that card in their hand. It was Lava Golem. That's important. They summoned Zoma the Earthbound Spirit, which if I destroy it will do damage equal to double the original monster's attack, but only up to 3,000. I'm obviously not going to punch it in the face, so that's not happening. We're going to use Mathmech Circular in order to send Sigma. Not gonna lie, I've been getting really lucky with everything that's been getting dumped so far. But here's what we're going to do. We're going to summon Pac-Man. And we're going to summon Pac-Bit because I want them to use this fucking Pegasus because it's going to do burn damage equal to the Chain Link. Now that that's gone, out comes Link Decoder. We can proc Firewall Phantom for a shuffle, but not gonna lie, I kind of need to win right now. Out comes Transcode Talker. My rocks! Out comes Code Generator's effect. Link Decoder will now proc to revive himself. God, I love this card. Here goes Gachiri. We'll add multiplication to hand because somehow, some way, multiplication still get dumped to the graveyard during all of that. I don't know how. But hey, good thing he didn't. Time for some math. And just in case, yeah, we're gonna send over D-Save Worm, because I have a sneaking suspicion. Yeah, there's some fuck shit back there. Yeah, that's not happening, buddy. Terahertz, rip his balls off. I think the best part is, I didn't even run out of cards. I still had 3 more. Why not let him resolve funny card? Cause I didn't want to lose. Listen, if you're going to go to an event and then not play into the theme of the event, quite frankly, I don't owe you any sympathy. Alright, we're here playing Dice Rally. Good old Christian Ethical Fusion Synchro Link Dice Rally, and you come in here with your silly Burn Mill deck? No, sir, I do not like it. How dare they? Exactly! Ethical is bold. Listen, what's more ethical in Yu-Gi-Oh! Than OTKing through your opponent's horseshit? Anyway, before I go, if I actually go here, Nibiru, do you have any interesting replays that you would like to share with the class? My opponent started with a hand rip for no reason. Yeah, dude, I never landed on a Mighty Square a single time. I don't think so, that's fine. Like I said, I think the best one was the reverse brainwashing one, where they tried to take my monster. They tried to take, my Triss Boral Dragon. I was playing the Rockets. They tried to take Triss Boral, and then I had reverse brainwashing to just put it back on my side of the field. Indeed, I do not. That's alright. Oh, good lord. Yeah, in that case, that will be all for now. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you'll come around for next time. Next time being tomorrow. Or I probably won't be sick anymore. I probably won't have migraines anymore. And we can actually finally, literally start Final Fantasy III. Because I've been meaning to start Final Fantasy III since the month started. But holy hell, February was very mean to me. But I really want to get to Final Fantasy III. Because it's very interesting. It is an interesting game. But yeah, with that, I shall depart. Thank you! Later! Whee!